Hi, Libby. Looking good. Hey guys, welcome to Chickenlandia. I am a backyard chicken educator here in the Pacific Northwest, but you can call me the president of Chickenlandia. This shirt has like these super weird sleeves. It's still fire though. Since I have started this chicken keeping journey and since I've had my YouTube channel, I have adopted some raggedy looking chickens. And honestly, I usually, at first, I would hide them from the public because I didn't want people to be like, what are you doing to these chickens? Why do they look so bad? I didn't want people to think that, I was not taking care of my chickens properly and that's why they looked so terrible. But after a while, and especially since I moved here and stuff, I've just been like, you know what? I'm not hiding it from my audience anymore. This is my flock. These are my chickens. A lot of them are rescue chickens. And yeah, some of them look really bad. But, that's just how it is. I'm trying to keep it real here in Chickenlandia. So one of the comments that I have gotten about, my chicken's appearance is a few very well-meaning people have said, hey, your chickens have scaly leg mite and you need to treat them for that. So what happened with the scaly leg mite thing is that I had a chicken that I adopted into my flock. Her name is Noli, and she's actually kind of a famous chicken because she was in my TEDx talk. I brought her out at the end of the talk. When she arrived at my old property, she had scaly leg mite, and I had treated her, and I thought that she didn't have it anymore, but scaly leg mite is sneaky, and it was still there, and before I knew it, many members of the flock had it, and I was like, ugh. So I treated them all. They've been treated more than once. Since we've moved here, it has not been an issue, but I will say that a few of my chickens, they still have a little bit of raised scales, and sometimes that happens, even if the mites are gone, because what the mites do is they get under the scales of a chicken's legs and feet, and if they're really infested in there, they can cause the scales to raise a little bit, and it can cause deformity in chickens, and it's very uncomfortable. A few of the chickens, their scales just never went back down to normal, but they no longer have the mites, and one of those chickens is Philippe. So sometimes if you see him in a video, you might notice he's got his scales they're a little bit raised on his legs, but he is not dealing with scaly leg mite. He is not uncomfortable. He's perfectly happy and still attacking me every day. So I'm just going to tell you this really quick. I didn't plan on saying this in the video, but I'm just going to tell you. The easiest way to treat scaly leg mite is to get a large bucket or a large bowl of vegetable oil, cheap vegetable oil, and take each chicken and just dip their legs in the vegetable oil and do that every other day for 10 days. And that is the easiest way to get rid of scaly leg mite. Some people will use Vaseline, they'll use A&D ointment or udder balm. Those are all great options. The only thing I don't like about those is that your chickens will get super dirty. And if you have a white chicken, they will be a gray chicken. And another unfortunate treatment that people talk about is to put gasoline on your chicken's legs. And I'm just going to say right now, please don't do that. Please don't put gasoline on your chicken's legs. It's not good for you. It's not good for you to be inhaling that. It's not good for the chickens. It's just really not good. Don't do it, okay? Some of my chickens, they just have issues. And sometimes those issues are not real clear cut. I don't know why they're having issues. Initially, I usually really try to figure out what's going on with them. I'll take them to the vet or whatever. But sometimes they have chronic problems and I just never really find out what the culprit is. And for me, if they're here living a good life, pecking and scratching and being happy, even if they look really bad, I don't worry too much about it. I just don't have, I don't know. I feel like it's futile past a certain point. my sweet chicken Gizmo, I adopted her when she was a baby. I think she was like 12 weeks old. And she had had severe illness. She almost died when she was a very young chicken, like a baby chick. She got, oh my God, what in the heck? Why are you being crazy? Let me get away from these crazy chickens. So Gizmo, I got her when she was about 12 weeks old, and she, no, don't do it, E-Bear. Now E-Bear's trying to attack me. He won't actually do it. Been hanging out with Philippe too much. You look like a turtle. So when Gizmo came to me, she had been quite ill by the time she got to me. She almost died when she was a baby. She got coccidiosis, and she was very likely on medicated feed. So she had been on medicated feed, I'm pretty sure, when she was a baby, at least for a little while. And then she had to be on Amprolium. So I can tell that she has some neurological problems. She just had too much medication, too much illness when she was a baby. And she also, her feathering is not great, so she likely was not bred very well. So my two frazzles, Libby and Connie, they're supposed to be frizzles, but they're called frazzles because their feathering is very bad. They're a product of poor breeding. Somebody tried to breed frizzle to frizzle, which is a no-no. You don't do that because you end up with frazzles. It can eventually become very painful for them. That has not happened. They seem to be very happy. What is so funny is that when the photographer was here taking, supposed to be beautiful photos of my chickens, and I swear Libby and Connie got into every shot and they look so bad. I could just see the publishers being like, what are these things you have in every shot? I have noticed some neurological abnormalities with, I don't know if it's Libby or Connie or both of them because I can't really tell them apart. They're pecking and scratching. I am giving them extra nutrients and that seems to really help. But yeah, as long as they're happy, I'm happy. We're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep doing this Chickenlandia thing. Because I have had a lot of illness in my flock, I have medicated my chickens before, but I've never medicated my entire flock. And that may surprise some of you because a lot of times people will give that advice. It's kind of like a preemptive strike, but I don't do that. If you want to know why, you should click right here. It's 100% friendly Backyard Chickens education and entertainment. And I know you're gonna love it. Now, E-Bear, let's talk because I don't want you to keep attacking me. That's not okay.